Hello, welcome. Today I have a totally different type of review. This is a fountain pen that I got. It's part of a set, but I just got the one pen. And I'll tell you why as soon as we get this open here. So this is a disposable fountain pen, and it's kind of wasteful considering all the, beautiful packaging and how cute it looks and everything else. Once it's used up, the ink's gone, you have to throw it away. But I'm wondering if there is a way to open these and refill them. So I only bought one because I just want to test that idea. Nothing against the disposable fountain pen idea. I'm sure that it's a really good idea if you want to maybe have kids, you want to get them into fountain pens and, start them off with something really inexpensive that probably won't leak, or I don't know, something they don't have to refill. If it gets lost, it's not the end of the world. But this is, I hope I'm going to pronounce all this correctly because I'm not familiar with this brand, but Itoya Blade, and the name of the character on here is Selini, I believe that's how you say it. This is a green ink pen. They had different colors. I think it comes in a set of 5, and I believe I got this one from Goulet Pens. I'll see if I can find a link for these and leave them below. I just want to test this and see how it writes, so we'll just go ahead and do a quick test. And honestly, for just being a disposable pen, this is writing very nicely. It's very, very smooth. It's not skipping. It's a very lightweight pen. And this right here, it didn't skip. I lifted my hand up a little too high. And this is some HP 32 paper. Since this it doesn't look like it has any special properties or anything to it, so I'm not going to test it out on all the papers, but this is just a green ink. So I guess this is kind of like gel pens or any other kind of disposable pen. So when you compare it to that, what the wastefulness is, I don't really know, but compared to a regular fountain pen that you can refill constantly, this does seem kind of like a waste, but it is cute. And this is something really fun, I think, especially if, like I said, if you want to get your kids into fountain pens, they're going to want something that matches their interest a little bit more than maybe what an adult would like. But even as an adult, I like this. I think it's cute. I would have bought the whole set if I knew I'd be able to refill them. But I will say that this definitely feels like cheaper plastic. And again, it's meant to be disposable, so this isn't a negative feature. Just if you get one of these, just expect that this is not going to be the normal higher quality pens that even, at Amazon, the cheap little pens that I get. This is still lower quality than that, but this was only like $3. It's super, super cheap. I forget how much exactly I paid, but it was something like that. And it has an ink window in here. As far as, it does seem to post fine. It doesn't seem to come loose or like it's going to fall off. And it snaps on there pretty good. So I don't see any problems with that. This feels like it would survive a trip in the backpack as long as nothing crushed it. And let me just see here. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it writes great. I really don't have anything negative to say about it other than it potentially can't be refilled. I'm going to, once this is empty and once I use it up, I'm going to try to break it open and see if I can do anything with it, but who knows. If anybody else has tried this and succeeded with refilling one of these, I'd like to know. That'd be kind of fun to see if it's something I could do. But the ink is nice. It's a very nice shade of green, not too offensive. It'd be cute for drawing. It's just a cute little pen. If you like these kinds of reviews, let me know. I do want to do more pen reviews once I get pens, but most of the pens that I get are fairly inexpensive. So if you're looking for a cheap pen and you're just curious, you want to know how it writes, you want to know if it's worth getting, let me know. Leave a comment, and if I can get the pen, I'll do a review. But I will say that this is definitely super cute. And it is lightweight. It does feel nice and smooth. I'm not really sure how to review a disposable pen. Here's the nib. And I believe this was a fine nib. That's what it looks like underneath. And yeah, like I said, just very basic. Nothing bad I can say about it other than you can't refill it. So I will leave a link to these down below if I can find them. I'm sure they're still being sold. And if you want to get one, you can. Just like I said, just keep in mind this is very inexpensive, very cheaply made, but it does look, for what it is, it's high quality. This is higher quality than like a disposable ballpoint pen, but this is not something like a reusable pen, not that type of quality. So it's kind of in between those two. I hope I am explaining that correctly. If you do have questions, though, leave a question down below, and if I know the answer, I'll get it for you. So I'll answer. I do like to reply to everybody's comments. So I hope this was enjoyable. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. And of course, it helps me out. And thank you so much for watching. You have a great day.